When the kids were younger, when I would drive them to school, I would always pray with them before going to school.
We always made it clear to the kids that, and to our family, that God was an important part of our lives. I think there's a fear, because oftentimes we feel uncomfortable sharing our faith with others. But for myself, as I've gotten older, and I hope more mature, God has taught me that you can share your faith just in the regular circle of life that you normally attend. So it's not like you have to go on a mission trip or something like that to share the gospel. You can, the gospel really starts right at home, and you can share the essentials of the gospel. And it doesn't have to be, hey, my friend, I'd like to sit down and tell you about the gospel of Jesus Christ. It can just be a conversation with someone, meeting them where they are at that time and what they have for difficulties and challenges in their life at that time. And you just love on them. Whether they're a friend or whether they're a coworker, you just show love to them. And I think people are a lot more receptive to that and want to know more. And God will provide opportunities to tell more about the gospel story through that way. But I think fear is probably the biggest obstacle to sharing our faith.
I just think that most of our friends are Jewish or, and sometimes I feel like they're interested in hearing, or you could tell when they're not. They know what we believe in, so they listen.
I think in those situations, it's important to live authentic lives that show that you actually, live what you believe. And even if you're not having any conversation about the gospel or the faith, you still are, through your lives, still being able to say something about what it's like to be a Christian. I think it's just a matter of relying on God, understanding that He's in control and that He's going to put you into situations where you can, He can use you to spread the gospel and to speak to someone at a particular time. And when those occasions come along, put fear aside and recognize your role at that point, and don't try to do too much. I'm not a pastor or anything like that, but I certainly can have a conversation with someone. And I just kind of put my hesitation aside and jump right in with both feet.